Yes, I got that is business we got right. That is business we got right. What's the hell is on? What's the English go through? Don't want to carry on stuff. The tables are stuff. I feel like I lose all right. It's you sorry. Oh, never you sorry. There you go, that's one called the All Right Polka. Okay, we're gonna keep it polka time. And we'll feature Paul Mutzek on the vocals. We'll do this one for Sandy and Diane.
What?
Is that okay? You're all right with that? Okay.
Oh yeah.
We'll feature Paul on the vocals. Here's one called the Baby Doll Polka.
Oh, how she lied. She told me she loved me, but oh, how she lied. Oh, how she lied to me. You are my baby doll. You are my baby doll. You are my baby doll. You're my sweetheart now. She kissed me, but oh how she lied, oh how she lied, oh how she lied. Won't you leave me, oh baby doll? Won't you leave me, oh baby doll? Won't you leave me, oh baby doll? You're my sweetheart now, oh yeah.
Hey, there you go. That's one called the Baby Doll Polka. All right, do we have any Barbaras in the house? Bashas, any Bashas with us today? Anyone, anywhere? Anybody know a Basha? We'll do this one for all the Barbaras. It's instrumental, feature all the guys, the Barbara Polka. I'm sorry, what's the question?
She would like to hear who stole the quiche.
I can't hear you.
Who stole the quiche?
Who stole the Kishka? That's what I thought I heard you say. Yes, we can do that for you again right after this one. We're going to do it instrumentally as promised. The Barbara Polka. We had one more in us, but we pulled the plug. Oh, that's the way it happens once in a while. At least we all kind of stopped on one. Or on two, or whatever it was.
The first time that happened, I said,
All right, we're going to feature Bobby Earl on the vocals. How many folks remember A Touch of Brass? There we go. T.O.B. fans in the house. Here we go for you. Bobby on the vocals. They did this one several years back. It's called the Getting Married Polka.
Tak szczęśliwy, że ale lepiej się tak szczęśliwy, ale lepiej nie pomaga.
There you go, Bobby Earl on the vocals on that one, the Getting Married Polka. All right, we're going to feature Jimmy Mack on this next tune. We had a request for it. We did do it a little earlier, but we'll do it for you once again. Here we go. Thanks for asking. One called Who Stole the Kishka? Who stole the Keisha? Who stole the Keisha? Who stole the Keisha? It was hanging on a rack. Someone stole the Keisha when I took my back. Who stole the Keisha? Who stole the Keisha? Who stole the Keisha? Oh, to my back.
take my prerogativa. Give me back my kista. Who stole the kista? Who stole the kista? Who stole the kista? Won't you bring it back? Now she found the kista. Yeah, she found the kista. Now she found the kista. Hey, honey, he found the kista. He found the kista. He found the kista. And he found it out on the way.
There you go, by request, Jimmy Mack on the vocals, one called Who Stole the Kishka? All right, we're going to go back time for you right now, instrumentally. We'll do this one for all the stands in the house. I know of one. He's off running around somewhere, but for all the standing hands, here we go. Instrumentally, it's an Obetic. there you go. That's called Staying in Zobetic. All right. Looking at what's going on in front of us, it looks like that pierogi contest is coming up here in just a few minutes. All right, we had a request for this one, especially for my good friend Dan Noslag. And don't forget about the Taps Polish Bakery. While the supply lasts, you've got babka, you've got truszczyki, kolaczki, and that's it. As the supply is diminishing, so make sure you head over to the Taps Polish Bakery and Ice Cream booth for your sweet tooth here this afternoon. We appreciate it. All right, here we go. My request. Here's Eric on the vocal.
That's all right. We're passing it around, Bobby.
Passing it around. Yeah. Passing it around. Here we go for you. Hey, hey, Kavalerobia.
Jak ty ma do fajna, piękna piła, piękna jak paneczka, ale było zamorna. Hej, piękna piła, piękna jak paneczka, ale było zamorna. Nie zawracajcie, dziewczyny głowę, głowę. Koło dnia siesta stała młoda dziewczyna. Hej, piękna piłka, piękna jak lateczka, ale była zawoda. Hej, piękna piłka, piękna jak lateczka, ale była zawoda. Nie zobaczajcie, dziewczyny młode, pola, pola, hej, hej, Kavalerobia. Nie zawracajcie, dziewczyny młode, Tego dnia świecka stała młoda dziewczyna. Hej, piękna była, piękna jak laleczka, ale była zawoda. Hej, piękna była, piękna jak laleczka, ale była zawoda. Hej, hej, Kavalerobia, nie zawracajcie, dziewczyny głowę, 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 hej, hej, Kavalerobia. Nie zawracajcie, dziewczyny głowę, hej, hej.
All right, how about that? Bobby Earl on the Hey Hey Cavallerovia. All right, we're gonna put Jimmy Mack back to work on the vocals for you on this one. Here's one called the Going Ahead Polka.
Doni na siwym koniu, podzielony galice, podzielony galice. I to przejął ci zapeczkiem no, ci oburzany wianecie. I to przejął ci zapeczkiem no, ci oburzany wianecie. Ona mu dała, choć go nie znała, a on jej podziękował, a on jej podziękował. Dziękuję ci, luba, sercu najmilej, żal dalej powędrował. Dziękuję ci, luba, sercu najmilej, żal dalej powędrował. Ale jeszcze ci, ona nic ci pisała, ona nic ci pisała. Co ty napisała, co ty napisała, dlaczego pan so kochał? Co ty napisała, dlaczego napisała, dlaczego pan so kochał? Powiedz mi, że na siwym koniu, do dziewczyny zajechał, do dziewczyny zajechał. Jak ją zobaczył, tak się ucieszył, łapała jej kieszonka. Jak ją zobaczył, tak się ucieszył, łapała jej kieszonka.
And there you go, Jimmy Mack on the vocal, one called the Going Ahead Polka. All right, checking the old clock on the wall here. We've got time for just a couple more tunes. And before we go any further, I want to introduce all the guys in the band. Been working for you all afternoon long. On my far left, on clarinet, sax, and vocals, let's hear it for Paul Motzak. Next to me on trumpet, clarinet, sax, and vocals as well. Let's hear it for Jim Mochkevich Jr. Behind me on the drums, let's hear it for Bobby Earl. On my far right, on accordion and vocals, give it up for Chris Hedrich. And next to him, also on accordion and vocals, let's hear it for Eric Heights. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joe Zaleski. We are the Holy Toledo Jam Band. We're going to do 2 more tunes for you before we have the pierogi eating contest. Here we go for you. For anybody that's celebrating, here's one called, and especially for Debbie Rakowski, here's one called the Congratulations Polka. All right, we've got time for one last tune, and we had a request for a Larry Zabel original that we did a little bit earlier. So we're going to do it once again for all the Glasstown Sound fans here with us today. And everybody from Toledo, make some noise. Here we go for you. One last tune. Dance, dance, dance.
And there's something troubling you, just grab yourself a partner and then have a dance or two. When you sing a happy song, watch the sun come shining through. Your day will be much brighter when you dance just like we do. You gotta dance, 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 and sing, sing, sing. You won't believe the happiness a little song can bring. So come on, smile, smile, smile. Be happy and gay.
sun will bring the sunshine out and the rainy days. Around, and you've got no place to turn. I've got a little lesson, it's a lesson you should learn. First you sing the melody, then you sing the harmony. Your day will be much brighter when you sing along with me. You gotta dance, 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 and sing, sing, sing. You won't believe the happiness a little song will bring. So come on, smile, smile, smile. Be happy and gay. A smile will bring the sunshine out and the rainy day. Alrighty, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have been having a great time this afternoon. You've been listening to the Holy Toledo Jam Band. Right now, we want to bring the crew forward, and it's time for the pierogi eating contest. So we got